are new. Okay, sorry, this meeting will be recorded. Thank you very much, everybody. So we have quite a number of people who are new to this program or this series. So this is actually creative series from the stables of Sorexine community. And if you've ever been a part of any of our creative series, can you let us know, probably in the comments? Just tell us probably which one you were a part of. If you remember the title or the theme, or if you remember the facilitator, just let us know. So today's creative series is titled The Future of Creativity and How Virtual Assistants Are Changing the Game. So if you've ever been a part of any of our creative series, just let us know. Or if you've not, you could also type that in the comments. I'll wait for our responses. Okay, Sarah says she has not. It's good to have you here, Sarah. Just let us know, what are your expectations from this session? Like when you saw the topic, the future of creativity, what was in your mind? What did you have in mind? Like, what were you expecting from this program? Okay. So I think most people are a bit shy. I'll just give you like a brief introduction to what the series is all about. It is actually a monthly program or a monthly event that the Sorexine community holds. And we've had quite a number of events, like we've had quite a number of facilitators, and we've covered different topics from design to fashion. We've had a session on business. We've had sessions on love and emotion. And I think the whole thing started last year, November. So if there's anybody in the house that has ever been a part, please just let us know what your experience was like. And if you remember the theme of or the title of the series that you were a part of, that would be nice. So please let us know. We're still expecting some people to join us, and we just trust that you're going to really enjoy this one. So please, anybody, if you've ever been a part of any of the creative series, just let us know. And the future of creativity, how virtual assistants are changing the game. What exactly do you think we're going to be talking about? What exactly are your expectations from this series? Just let us know in the comments. Don't be shy. Please. We encourage you to talk. We're all creatives in the building, so there's no right or wrong answer, basically. And yeah. Are you with me? Sorry, if you can hear me, can you say hello or hi? So I can know that we're following. Okay. Ifeoluwa says she joined the last series and we talked about real estate. Okay. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you very much. We talked about real estate. What do you remember from the last series? Okay, this is your first time. Please, may I know your name from Kwara State? Because it's showing a device name here. Can you just probably type your name? We'd like to meet you. And Oh, okay. Hi, Yetunde. Nice to have you on board. Oh, this is your first time. You're welcome. Shout out to all the people who are joining us for the very first time. Hi, you're welcome. We are a wonderful community and we're so glad to have you here with us. So you're welcome. You're welcome. We appreciate that you took our time to actually join in. So we'll be going into the main event very soon. We'll be introducing our facilitator for today, and we will not waste any much of your time. And I trust that it will be value for your time. Please just tell us any other details about. Yeah, I'm still waiting. If you said we talked about real estate last time, do you remember anything from the series at all? Just type what you remember from it in the comments. So we'll be talking about virtual assistants. I'm sure everyone has heard about virtual assistants before and how they are changing the game. This is a very interesting topic, and I'm actually really, really excited and I'm anticipating our facilitator. I trust that it would be value for your time. We'll be going over our bio soon, and we'll be bringing her on board. I think she should be in this meeting already. Okay, she's already on the call, and I'm super excited. So very shortly, we'll be reading our bio, and please just stick with us and have a wonderful time. The future of creativity. Give me a minute, please. Your bio. Welcome, welcome everybody. So good to have you here. All right. Welcome to Creative Series June edition. And our topic is the future of creativity, how virtual assistants are changing the game. So our speaker slash facilitator for today is Oluwanifesimi Ariyo, and she is a digital creator. So who exactly is Oluwanifesimi? Oluwanifesimi is a multifaceted individual known for her dynamic presence both on and off the screen. She is the ultimate digital helper, driven by our insatiable curiosity and commitment to continuous improvement. She embodies the perfect blend of professionalism and creativity. She remains a shining example of what can be achieved through passion, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace new challenges. She channels her passion for storytelling and self-development into a thriving YouTube channel with a focus on lifestyle, productivity, and business. Oluwanifesimi's authenticity and relatability shines through in every video. Her infectious smile, energy, and genuine enthusiasm distinguish her. She is a future-forward woman who is ambitious, resourceful, adaptable, and always looking for ways to improve herself. She's not afraid to take risks and embrace change, and she's constantly learning and growing. So please give a warm welcome. Just drop your favorite emojis in the comment section and welcome Miss Oluwanifesimi Ariyo. We welcome you today. We're so glad to have you with us. Miss Oluwanifesimi Ariyo, over to you. You have the floor for the next couple of minutes, and we trust that you are ready for us. Are you there?
Hi. Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hi, good morning. We're so happy to have you.
I'm glad you're here. Can you see me? Okay.
Yes, I can see.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Salah and happy resting day to each and every one of us here. I hope you have all resting today to productive. So, like my bio has said, my name is Oluwanifesimi Ariyo. I'm a virtual assistant and a digital creator. And today, my job is pretty simple. I'm going to be explaining to us how virtual assistants are practically changing the game in the world of creativity. Okay, so I have my slides here, so I'll just go through the slides. So I crave your indulgence to actually listen to this webinar and sort out the best knowledge out of this webinar. I myself am a beneficiary of free webinars like this, webinars where I didn't need to necessarily pay huge amounts of money. So at this point, I just want to recognize the organizers, the Sorexine community. Thank you for having me on this platform. Such a privilege. I do not take it for granted. So thank you. And another thing I want to say is most of these free webinars have shaped my growth and it has fast tracked my growth to where I am today. So when I say you should put this webinar to good use, it's just going to be for a few minutes. So just you listen attentively and you'll be glad you were actually here. So without wasting much time, we can move to the first slide. So sorry, move to okay. The first slide. So it's asking who am I? So just to introduce myself again, my bio has done justice to it already. But I'd just like to introduce myself as someone who is resilient, someone who is curious, someone who is passionate about developing a mindset. Because oftentimes I've found that one of the ways you grow or one of the ways you improve yourself is through what comes into your mind, what you hear, what you listen to. So all these things, I'm very intentional about them. And that is one of the things that has shaped my journey into becoming a virtual assistant today. So I'll be explaining my journey into VA, how I started VAing, and I'm sure that everyone wants to hear. Everyone likes story, and everyone wants to actually hear story. So I started virtual assistance in 2022. Although after that time, I was not, to be honest, I didn't know it was actually called virtual assistance. So just one of these jobs, someone just has to be okay, do this, and it was very very simple for me to do. So I did it, not with the interest that okay, I wanted to actually start virtual assistant. Did you get? So fast forward to 2023. That was when I actually started virtual assistant fully. That was when I got to know what it means that to be a virtual assistant. Then prior to this time, I was if you've ever had if you've attended federal schools, you know how strike, how COVID and everything, all those things affected us as a student that time. So instead of wasting that time, I actually put those times into use. I was searching for ways to actually make money online, and I did so many things. Everything was legal, but it didn't amount to what I actually wanted to do. So during one of those times, I had one of my loved ones, who actually sponsored me to actually do a course. That's a software testing course on Udemy. Although while doing it, I didn't really like it, to be honest. And into my journey as a VA, I didn't want to be known as a virtual assistant. To be honest, I didn't want to people to address me as virtual assistant because I just wanted to know, that title, what is it? That person is a Texas, or there's something like engineer, like something like code developer, technical, something like that. But knowing fully well that I didn't want coding. So a brief background into my VA, I did some front end design using no code, so I didn't have to code, of which I enjoyed it. But VA work is is actually more sweeter. So my at this point, I just want you to set yourself, know what you are capable of. You need to ask yourself some introspective questions before you actually start out as a VA, as a virtual assistant. So you need to know your strengths and your weaknesses. That's where you need to actually start from. So when I started in 2023, there was one of my friends who actually who started before me. And when I saw the way this person just started not quite long, and this person was already making big waves, I'm like, if this person can actually do it, that means I can actually also do it. Next slide, please. So now, why we actually started BA because is is a free it affords me the availability and the you know the flexibility to actually work without necessarily being in a in an in an office environment. I don't know, in a physical environment. That's what I meant. Without necessarily being in an on-site environment. You as a VA, you can work from your house. You can work from anywhere. And with that, you still have the freedom. You have the freedom of time to yourself to be wherever you actually want to go. You can be on a travel trip and still be doing your work as a VA. It doesn't stop your life necessarily. So most of the people who do VA jobs are probably nursing mothers, people that don't want to do a 9 to 5 job. People, students also are doing VA jobs, corporate. It ranges from anyone and any person can actually do a VA job. So far, you are committed and you are ready for it. Please let me know if you are listening or you can actually hear me in the chat. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see people responding in the chat. Next slide, please. So next up is okay. Thank you. Next up is who is a virtual assistant? I'm sure this is something that has been ringing in the minds of so many people. As funny as it can be, some people have not heard virtual assistant. They've never heard the phrase virtual assistant. So people are even asking, it wasn't a virtual assistant to get. But there is a saying that if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with people. And one of the key people you need in your business to go very far, like the highest point that you want to go to, is a virtual assistant. The work of a virtual assistant, it might seem simple to some people, but trust me, it is a strategic pointer. That if you're a big business owner, you actually need a virtual assistant. So which brings me to the question, who is a virtual assistant? As the name implies, so go back to the next slide to the okay, yeah. As the name implies, a virtual assistant is someone who actually helps you, who assists you virtually. It is as simple as that. So a virtual assistant is also someone more like, let's say, a PA, a personal assistant, or a virtual assistant is also someone who does the work of a normal secretary. So the same work that secretaries do, virtual assistants do, they also do the same work. So a virtual assistant is someone who virtually helps to achieve your personal and business goals. And they don't, like I said, they don't have to be in a specific place before they can work. They can work from their homes. They can work anywhere they want to work. And one thing peculiar to virtual assistants is their creativity. As a virtual assistant, there should be like you have to have a creative mind for you to actually be a virtual assistant. So slide. Next slide is what services can you offer as a virtual assistant. So I'll be mentioning those services you can render as a virtual assistant. There are various services you can actually render as a virtual assistant. We have from copywriting to bookkeeping to editing to social media management to general research, appointment setting. And most of these things might actually seem strange for some people that are hearing for the first time. But I would implore you to actually research on all these things. And as a virtual assistant, you have to be open-minded. You have to be open-minded to learning new things. That's one way you can actually go far as a virtual assistant. You have to be open to learning. For instance, copywriting you might not have heard it from anywhere, but the fact that you are here and you are curious about learning it, you will go and research about it after this program. And there are simple services that you can actually offer. For example, calendar management is just basically managing your calendar. Do you get? So it's as simple as it can actually be. Next slide. So for you to be a virtual assistant, you don't necessarily have to So as a virtual assistant, you don't necessarily have to have you don't necessarily have to be an expert, to be honest. When I started, I was not really an expert. I just my ability to actually use the free tools that was in my disposal. And if you're a virtual assistant, YouTube has to be your go-to, has to be your go-to resource. You have to be able to use YouTube, like either YouTube, Instagram, all these social media platforms. That's one of the ways you learn. Like you literally feed on resources for you to be a VA. So next up is the difference between a VA and a social media manager. Oftentimes, people usually mix these two together, but they are different because they offer different services. Although, as a virtual assistant, you can also be a social media manager. If you listen to the services I said, one of the services you can provide as a virtual assistant is a social media manager. So, virtual assistants, they offer, as it is in the slide, they provide administrative support remotely and they do a wide range of tasks. So they do so many things, but as a social media manager, it is streamlined. The service you are providing is streamlined. You are basically managing a brand. You are managing a social presence of a brand. So that is the specific work of a social media manager. Next slide. So I'll be talking about the steps that you can take to actually get started as a virtual assistant. Like I said, it is very simple. It is simple, but you have to put in the work. Yeah, you have to put in the work. It's just like saying, oh, you want to go to school. It can be simple to actually say you want to go to school, but you have to first pay school fees, you have to buy a uniform, and then there are just some necessary things that you have to do. You have to pay the price, you have to be willing to pay the price and make sacrifices, a lot of sacrifices. So number one thing you can do to get started is actually to decide that yes, I actually want to do this thing. Actually want to do this thing. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to be an expert. Most of all these clients, they're not really looking for experts, to be honest. They're just looking for people that can help them streamline their workflow, people that can make life easier for them, people that can help them save time. I've worked with clients that I manage their calendar I manage their calendar and let's say appointment setting now. All they just need you to do is let them just manage their calendar. Like if there's a time when they have a meeting, you remind them, okay, you have meeting at such time. You will be surprised that there's even a service under the that is called wake up call. All you just need to do is wake up, just call the client. Oh, okay, it's time for you to wake up. Yeah, simple tasks that don't necessarily need you to, go and break a bank before you learn the skills. You get. So I said you need to um decide to start. And in you deciding to start, you have to be self-motivated. If you're someone who needs motivation from outside, who needs external motivation at this point, you might need to consider that. And that's why I preach so much about self development. You have to be self developed and self motivated. You need to have reasons why you actually want to start this video, because that's one of the things that keep pushing you. If you have a reason why, oh, I'm starting this video because one, probably you want to learn a skill, you want to be someone of value, you actually want to be someone of value. That can be something that is pushing you to actually be a virtual assistant. But if for a reason you don't have any reason to starting a virtual assistant job, you will just at the middle of the whole thing, you might just get here and there and say, oh, you're not bothering. Or let's say you are working for a client and the job you're working on seems difficult. And I'm like, I'm not doing like girl, you can't quit that point. So you have to be self motivated. You have to be self motivated and be willing to learn new things, like I've said. Next thing is you need to choose the services that you want to offer. Like I said, there are various kind of services, like thousands of services that you can offer as a VA. As a VA. Okay, so like I said, there are thousands of services that you can offer as a VA. And I just want you to know that VA is a large market. It's just like you going to market, there are several other people out there that are also virtual assistants. But you need to find something distinct you as a virtual assistant. And I'll be touching on that in the later part of this webinar. Next up is for you to in choosing your services, you actually have to research. So it's not just that okay, I've mentioned copywriting, it's not copywriting you want to go and do, or you want to start pitching yourself as a copywriter. You need to actually research on these things and know what it entails. The necessary things like okay, do you need to have certifications for these things? Do you need to take professional courses? You get so all the things you need to actually research on them and be sure that these are the things you can actually do if a client is asking you to do them. Next up is for you to price the services. So depending on whatever services you pick, your price per hour if you're getting paid in dollars. Okay, so the idea the idea here is for you to actually get paid in other currencies, to be honest. With the way the economy is right now, Naira isn't really favoring Nigerians, if you're being honest. So one surest way I would, if you want to elevate your earnings, is for you to try as much as possible to provide services to clients in the diaspora, clients that you can get paid in dollars. I hope you get what I'm saying. So if For instance, you're using freelance, there are some freelancing platforms that you can actually use. Freelancing platforms like Upwork, like Fiverr, freelancer.com, people per hour. There are different freelancing platforms that you can use. And for some people, they are not actually using freelancing platforms, but I'm just telling you what works for me. There's some people that are not using freelancing platforms that they just need to, um, they just apply for jobs just online. That works also. But the idea is you get paid per hour. And for instance, you're working per hour and you're getting paid like $15 per hour. That's so cash, to be honest. Let's say you're working like 10 hours, 10 hours in a day. You're making money. So your price can range from anything for like from $3 upwards to anything. But it depends on your expertise. So let's say you're a beginner, you're not as a beginner, you might not you will most likely not be paid the same kind of rate that an expert to be paid. You know, you guys are your expertise level is actually different. So you cannot expect that you would be paid at the same amount. And that brings me to another point. You need to be someone of value. Money chases value. Money chases value. So if you're not valuable enough, people would people will price you down. People will price you down. That's one thing. But if you're indispensable, if your attitude to work is really good, people will come back to hire you. They will come back to hire you. The next thing is creating your virtual assistant portfolio. So oftentimes, most people just starting out, you don't have clients that you worked with or that you're working for presently. One of the things you can do is to work for yourself. In working for yourself, I mean creating you have to be able to think hard. Yeah, you have to be able to think hard and think of scenarios. Okay, let's say for instance, a skincare skincare CEO and I want my website, or you have to think of scenarios that okay, if a client is coming to you and they're telling you, okay, as a virtual assistant, I want you to manage my page. You have to be able to show the person that okay, this is what I've done. You get. So that's what I'm saying about portfolio. You have to create real world scenarios. People want to actually see that okay, you've done something for yourself. You want to see evidence. If there's no evidence, they will most likely not give you the job. Even for the fact that I say beginner, they expect that you should have worked on something, that you should have something upstairs. So as a beginner, it's not an excuse. You still have to have a portfolio. You still have to have some things that you've actually worked on. So an easy way for you to also start is, let's say for instance you have a close friend of yours who has a fashion brand. You can just start with helping the person with let's say the social media part and from let's say from the let's say the number of followers increase, that's you handling a part of the. So if a client is coming, okay, what have you worked on? You're able to show this person, oh, I was able to work for this brand and in a number of months, so number of followers increased and then she has increase in sales. That can be a hedge for you, honestly. Next thing is to choose the tools that you need to work as a VA. Like I said, there are different services that you can offer as a virtual assistant. So you need to know the tools that actually work for that particular service that you'll be working on. So I'll be mentioning some tools that you can actually work on. Next up is market your business and get your client first. So you need to market yourself. As a virtual assistant, you need to be out there because your market is basically to people online. So you cannot afford to be a virtual assistant and you're saying, oh, you just want to be all by yourself. You don't want to put yourself out there, you're a shy person, my dear. Being shy will not take you anywhere. Take it from me. You have to be bold and be audacious if you want to be good work of a being. And you have to be able to talk, express yourself very well. Your target audience is people online. So you cannot just say, oh, you just want to stay in your comfort zone. They will come and look for you. It's not, no. They will. Most people like I mean, it was not as if you're an expert that they will come and meet you. You have to put yourself out there. So you have to make use of your social media pages. You have to make use of freelancing platforms, like I said. You have to market yourself. And if you're marketing yourself, you also have to be someone of value. You have to market value because it is the value that they see in you that they will come up, that they will chase after necessarily. Next slide, please. Okay, so these are the tools that I said that you some of the tools that you can actually use as a virtual assistant. So we have some task management software, Trello, Asana, Jira, Monday. See, most of these tools you might be hearing it for the first time. Me too. When I heard it for the first time, like, what is this? Because which one is Trello, which one is Asana? But it just gives you the fact that you can actually see these things. You can just go on YouTube. Like, see, as a view, like I said, YouTube is your sure bet. It's your sure bet. It should be your friend at this point. Okay, you see Trello for the first time. Check Trello. Some people on this call don't know how to use Slack. Yes. When we were small, we were not using Slack. It was probably to go. That was all we were using. But gradually, it moved to Facebook, it moved to WhatsApp, it moved to Instagram, Twitter, Thread. See, you have to be someone who is curious about improving. You have to be um, you have to be innovative and think of possible ways to outshine others, to distance yourself. You have to be able to distance yourself from learning, honestly. Learning. You have to keep learning. There's a saying that when you stop learning, that means you're dead. So every day you have to observe and we have some scheduling tools, collaborative tools, and cloud storage tools that you might need to check on. Next slide. So yeah, I know most of us have been asking, like our title says, the future of creativity, how virtual assistants are changing again. So the best way that we say virtual assistants are actually changing again is through the AI tools and the automation tools. As a virtual assistant, in this age and time, like in this century, when we are hearing AI tools, you cannot just say you will not, you will not use AI tools. Because if you have questions, you can send them in the chat. Like I will check them. So as a virtual assistant, you have to make use of AI tools. AI tools are actually making life very easy and they enhance your productivity as a person. What would take you like 10 hours to do? Like let's say for instance, copywriting. Copywriting that you might say how to thinking, or let's say proofreading, you can make use of AI tools that can do these things. That will make it very easy and very fast. And when your client, let's say your client gives you a time frame of let's say 10 hours, and you are coming back, you've done that work in 2 hours. Like that's very impressive for a client. And also we have some automation tools. So like I said, you can as a virtual assistant, you can also be a web designer. You can create websites for your clients. You can create chatbots. These are chatbots are more like online virtual assistants. I don't know if you've ever used chatbots. Chatbots are let's say you for instance, if you're on a website, let's say a jewelry website, and you have issues with a particular um you have an issue, you can just chat up the chatbot. So as a virtual assistant, you can suggest to your client, okay, these are the ability to be able to suggest solutions to your clients, it gives you an edge. So like I said, we are in a pool In fact, most of the virtual assistants in the world are largely located in the Philippines. And most of these clients that come and order, they will prefer to actually go to the Philippines. So as a Nigerian, if you are trying to distance yourself, you have to be able to know these basic things and know how to use them. So if your client is saying, oh, no, your ability to actually give solutions to your clients, it gives an edge. It gives you an edge and it distances you. Next slide. Okay, so these are the free materials. Like I said, I'm a beneficiary of free webinars and free materials. That's one of the ways you can start as a video. There is a free, is it a free course now by ALX Africa that everyone you can just search ALX Africa. They have an 8 weeks course that you can actually put in for right now, like it's ongoing right now. I think you can still put in for it. That's one of the surest way you can start. That friend of mine that I told you started in 2023 and started making videos. It's not as if she just started virtual assistant just like that. She had already done ALX course. So the fact that you have something upstairs, you're not just coming, you have something upstairs already. Like if clients are asking, okay, like that's one of the questions they will ask you. What have you worked on as a VA? And you have to able to say something. Because okay, what value are you bringing to the table? If I'm employing you as a VA, you have to be able to say, okay, you done this, you done this. So in ALS course, you there are some things I actually work on, real work places that you work on. So you can check that. Next slide, please. Okay, so this brings me to my last my last slide. So we've said so many things on how you can get started as a VA. Right now, all you need to do is just take action. Take action by searching on how I've mentioned list of things that you can actually do for you to get started as a VA. Next thing is for you to get started. Get started. Take action. You know, it's easier said than done. We can actually say all these things from morning to night, and you're just there. You're not taking action. Oh, you see, you don't want to be a reservoir that keeps ingesting knowledge. You have to be someone um who make use of the knowledge that you've gotten. In this age and time, you have to make use of the knowledge. You cannot just keep um keep going from webinars to webinars. No, it will not solve the issue that we have on ground. You see, it's easier for you to keep complaining from now to tomorrow, but that will not change the situation of things in Nigeria. But your ability to actually take action and say, okay, even if there are no jobs out there, you will create a job for yourself by going online, by doing the extra work. See, most of the rich people today, if if they were just waiting for chance and luck, they won't be where they have to be. So you have to take action and do the necessary things that need to be done. And if at any point things are things are not things are not going the way you expect, or you don't necessarily know things to do, it is not wrong for you to seek counsel. There's a saying that there is safety in the multitude of counsels. So of counselors. So seek counsel. Seek advice from people that have gone ahead of you, get in whatever niche you decide to start on. So with this, will come to the end of our webinar. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to the organizers and creative team. I hope you've been able to learn one or two things. So let me just check through. I think I should be able to answer those questions.
Wow, thank you very much, Miss Oluwanifesimi. It was a very insightful session and I learned a whole lot. Thank you so much. Thank you for your wealth of knowledge. Thank you for allowing us to partake of it. We're super grateful. Thank you for being open about so many things that we're probably not knowledgeable about. So please still stay on the call. We have some questions for you. But before that, we'll just do like a quick recap. Thank you so much. Please, if you can all give a shout out to our facilitator in the comment section, it will be very much welcome. Thank you. We truly appreciate you. Thank you very much. So, okay, let me just do a quick recap of everything that we have gotten. And if you have like things that you learned, just drop it also in the comment section. If you have questions, please drop your questions in the comments. Thank you so much, the smiling lady. Oh, we appreciate you. Ever smiling woman. So, okay, you talked about knowing your strengths and your weaknesses as a virtual assistant, and that basically what a virtual assistant does is to assist you virtually in achieving your business and your personal goals. And that as a virtual assistant, you have to have a creative mind. You have to be open to learning new things. You have to be very curious about so many things. There's so many things that will be new to you, but they shouldn't scare you. They should encourage you to want to learn more. So we should start with what we have or what we already know. Okay, sorry, I'm doing this recap for the sake of people that joined late and maybe network issues and stuff like that. And that you should never stop learning. YouTube is your best friend. YouTube should be your best friend. Any medium from which you can learn, from any social media platform, you should make use of it. And as a virtual assistant, you can also be like a social media manager. But the roles are quite different. There are two different things and there are differences between them, but they can also be intertwined. You have to be self-motivated. You can't be waiting for people to motivate you. Basically, you're trying to make work easy for people. You cannot be the one that they're even trying to motivate. So you said the steps that we need to take are first you need to decide to start. You have to choose your niche or the services that you wish to offer, price your services well, create your virtual assistant portfolio because people want to see evidence of things that you have done. Like even if you're just starting up, just have something to show people. Then get the tools that you need. You told us about quite a number of task management tools, communication tools, and that we should be open to learning. Then you should market yourself. Don't be scared. If you're shy, don't be shy, please. You need to get yourself out there in order to get your clients. Then you have to be able to distinguish yourself or distinct yourself from others. And this can only be achieved through constant and continuous learning. And we need to be able to suggest solutions to your clients. Like you have to be a solution provider to your clients. Then lastly, you told us to take action, make best use of the knowledge that you've gotten. You can't just be a reservoir of knowledge. You need to take action, and the best time to take action is now. Don't wait for chance or luck or anything. Honestly, this session has been very insightful, and I'm super grateful for you. So we have a number of questions. Let me start with the questions in the comment section. Okay. So the first question is from Oluwanifesimi, and she said that you said a virtual assistant can also be a social media manager. My question is, can a virtual assistant also manage a content creator's social media account? And what are the tools that they can use? Ms. Oluwanifesimi, are you still with us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Thank you.
Did you hear the question?
Thank you so much. Okay. So, if in my course of training, I mentioned that one of the services you can render as a VA is actually social media management. So, you can actually what's the question again? Sorry. As a VA, can you work as a content creator, social media manager? Yes, definitely. You can work as a social media manager for content creator. So all you just need to the tools you need to use, you need to search online. But I'll mention some. Like it depends on the platform that you're using, to be honest. But for something like Instagram, You can make use of, we have so many tools. One is buffer. You can use metrical. You can use Canva for graphics designs. You can make use of Later for scheduling. Like there are some things I mentioned there, like Trello. You can use it for your content calendar. There are so many various kind of tools, and most of these tools are actually free. They are free to use, especially those AI tools that you don't have to um subscribe for. We have HotSuite, HubSpot. There's so many. Like even when you are seeing the tools, you're like which one exactly do you want to use? But you have to choose the one that you know that is going to work best for whatever you actually want to achieve. So I hope that answers the question.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Oluwaseun, hope she answered your question because I think I understood what she said. Please, if you have any questions that you want to ask while she's still on the call, you can just raise up your hand, like the hand emoji, and would allow you speak. Please, if you have any questions for her. While we wait for people to raise their hands. Okay, yes, Oluwaseun said you answered that question well. Thank you very much, ma'am. So we have some questions from the registration link also. The first one is, will there be a mentoring session in the program as time goes on to help the up and coming ones like myself?
Okay, this is just a webinar actually, but we have a creative team for people to actually join. So from there, I can actually give you counsels from time to time. Or if you're asking that, is there like a um mentoring system? No, there's no mentoring system. But if you can meet with me one on one, I think that's a form of mentoring, to be honest. So if you can meet with me one on one, I put out my in the slides. If you check, there is my email is there and then my phone number is there, so you can reach out to me.
Okay, thank you very much. The second question. Okay, someone has a question. The second question from the registration link is it likely that virtual assistants would ever be out of existence, like with the whole introduction of AI and everything? Is it likely that certain aspects of virtual assistants responsibilities are rubbed off?
I don't think so. Because to be honest, AI cannot do everything. AI cannot do everything. Because even with AI, you still need to impute some things. You need to trigger some actions before it actually can happen. So there is need for someone to actually trigger these things. You get. So there is. I don't think a virtual assistants would ever be scrapped totally. You get. So it's left for virtual assistants. If you know you don't want to be scraped off as a virtual assistant, it's not left for you to take the pain. So learn how to use these tools. Because let's say for instance, you don't know how to, let's say, yeah, proofreading, for example, now we have proofreading tools that you can use as a client. So as a client, you can decide um not to make use of a virtual assistant to do proofreading. But the fact is still that there are some clients that they are, will I say lazy, but they are too, like the workload on their neck is too much. So for them to take the pain to go and learn those tools is a lot for them. But because they would rather like employ someone to help them manage the proofreading practice. And most of these clients that will do that, they are the ones that have money. To be honest, they're the ones that have money because the workload on their neck. Let's say, for instance, you are handling the affairs of a very large company. Is it that on the same view that you say, oh, you want to go through proofreading a document, you will not have such time. So, like I mentioned earlier, the work of a VA is to make life easier for you, to save time. So instead of them going through the stress of proofreading a document, they rather just give it to you. And you on the other end, you are not necessarily now sitting down, you are just making up the AI tools. And another thing is most of these clients don't even know that we have free AI tools because they are choked up with their work. So instead of them going to the point of searching for AI tools that they can use, they rather just employ you and you know what to do. Just want to do it. There's this story. I hope I'm not taking that time. There's this story of someone of I'm sure most of us have heard it of um a company where they had issue with a machine and they didn't know what exactly to do. And all they just had to do is someone referred them to an elderly man. And all the man just needed to do is just to remove something, just a thing, just one step. And he told them that before he could do this, he's going to charge them. He charged them an heavy amount. And by the time he just had to do just one thing, and they paid him for that heavy amount. And they were criticizing him, why would you take that amount? He said they paid for his number of years that he has used to actually learn that thing. So people will pay you for if people are now paying you, they are not paying you for just that one service that you are rendering. They are paying you for number of years that you've taken the pay to pay the price and then that skill. So I hope that answers that.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Wow, so that means it cannot go into extinction anytime soon.
But
Thank
yes,
you so much. But we have to keep developing, right? So we can meet up with the requirements of the times. So I put up your email and your phone number for the person who asked the question to be able to reach out to you. So we have, I think, 2 more questions right now. The third question is, what do you do if you're not getting any clients as a virtual assistant?
Yeah. What you will do for it to don't give up. That's one thing. Don't give up. Like I said, you have to be self-motivated. There are days that you don't have clients, but you will not because of that now say it's just like you having a shop and because of that, because of clients and customers are not coming to your shop, you now close your shop. Especially if you are now paying for rent in that shop, because clients are not coming, you will not close shop. It's not possible. Don't give up. Just keep on learning and scout. There is something we call scouting, and it involves you pitching yourself out to clients. So, like I said, you need to put yourself out there. If clients are not coming to meet you, you go to their DMs to go and meet them. And then you tell them, oh, I am so, 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 so. I do so, 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 so. I can help you with so, so, so in your business. And you have to be able to recognize loopholes. Let's say one of the surest way that I know that you can do this is using social media management. If you see a very big organization and then you notice that okay, probably they are inconsistent with their posting or their graphics are not that great, you can just reach out to them. Okay, I noticed so in your page. I can help you with these designs, and then you show them the designs that you've done in the past. So that's why I said you should not give up. So in those times when clients are not coming, that's the time that you need to even keep up the energy, keep up the fire, create designs, like go online. There's a friend of mine who starts to be graphic design, by the way. One of the things he does is he goes to Pinterest, he looks for um designs that people have done in the past and he tries to recreate them with his own creativity. So that's one of the things he can do. Look for possible case scenarios, things that okay, you think this is a solution to them and create solutions to them. So that when clients are coming or you reach out to clients, you call it scouting, you scout for clients, you pitch out what you can do to clients. So that's one of the things I think you can do. and then you need to research, like I said, research on other ways you can actually put yourself out there.
Okay. So whoever asked that question, they said, don't give up. You never know when the time will come, but then put yourself out there. Okay, so because of our time, we'll just be having one last question because our time is up already. Someone asked that, can you share the slides for your presentation?
You can reach out to, I think, the organizers should share it at the end. If you're not in, okay, you can message me. In case you're not
Okay.
in.
All right, no problem. For whoever asked that question, just send them a message. Email and our phone number on the screen presently. So with this, we have come to the end of Creative Series June edition. We truly appreciate everyone who has taken our time, data, energy, efforts to stay on this call from the beginning to the end. Thank you to the organizers. Thank you so much, Ms. Oluwanifesimi, our facilitator. It has been a very beautiful session. It has been value for our time. And we say a very big thank you. We hope that when next we call you, you would also give us the privilege to bring you on board and allow us to learn from you. Thank you so much for giving us insights into what a virtual assistant does. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll be having Creative Series monthly, so please look forward to the next one, next edition, and follow us on all our social media platforms so that you can know when next we'll be having any of our Creative Series, which will be next month. You'll know the team, the facilitator. Connect with us on Instagram at Sorexine, and on YouTube. You can also connect. So we would really love to get in touch with you so you can check the comment section for all the details about our social media platforms. We'd love to engage with you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate having you here. It's been a rare privilege and an honor to have everybody on board. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. We have IG at Sorexine, X at Sorexine_, YouTube at Sorexine, all caps, and our email address is sorexine@gmail.com. So you can also join our community. The links are in the chat section. Sorry, if anybody has any other thing they want to say before we wrap this meeting up. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate you. Do have a wonderful morning. Thank you. And goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Thank you, Sarah. So we can all log off the call if you've gotten the necessary details that